Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. So, what am I going to talk about today? Clean label. Why? Because we are going to have a special presentation next week, and I would like you all to go follow the link down below and sign up for our Clean Label Baking Review. It's a live interactive seminar sponsored by Lalaman. So thank you, Lalaman, for sponsoring this Clean Label seminar. All right, so we will go a little bit into clean labels today, and we will talk about the challenges. It's so challenging, isn't it? Trying to bake a clean label? Absolutely. So, what is the clean label, you may ask? Clean label trend is a growing one. It's driven by people who are focused on healthy food, natural food with minimal processing, and a simple and familiar ingredient list without chemicals. Okay? And so is there a definition for clean label? No, there isn't one. And so how do we navigate this? Right. We navigate this through large organizations that usually tell us what to do, like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, right? So once they start telling us we can't use SSL, potassium bromate, or datum, then a lot of bakers scurry and run to find other natural solutions, right? So clean label is very, very, very much related to what's found in your kitchen table and kitchen cupboard. Okay, contains no chemicals, no artificial preservatives, no color agents, and sometimes no flavor agents either. No artificial flavor agents. And the simpler the label, the better it is. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It's like I once held up a box of Kraft mac and cheese. Right. The ingredient label is tremendously long. Almost need a A4 size paper for it. And you know what? It's just macaroni and cheese, right? That's what your customers are thinking. Why is the ingredient label so long? So you have to ask yourself, can you simplify your ingredient label? Okay, how? Come to the class. We will talk about it. And basically, ingredients that are easy to understand. All right, so simple, functional ingredients that can be used to clean up your label. All right, next thing. What can you use and what can you not use? What's on the chopping block? All right, so in our class, we will talk about ADA, potassium bromate, potassium iodate, calcium peroxide, benzoyl peroxide, and emulsifiers like datum, SSL, and CSL. So these are like big no-nos right now if you're going to get a spot in Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, right? And if you want to get a spot in the natural food aisle. So this is a problem. I mean, we've been working on these ingredients like ADA or, potassium bromate for a long time. I mean, we've just got rid of potassium bromate in the last decade. Some of us still use it. But ADA has been seeing an exit from this scene for over 5 years now. Okay. So there are some technologies out there that can still work on helping replace ADA, actually make the dough stronger. Okay, so that's a few of those ingredients. No one wants to see benzoyl peroxide anymore, so up goes the flour bleaching ingredient. All right, so next. We are also seeing a exodus of calcium stearoylectylate, PGMEs, CalPros, artificial flavors, PHOs. It's out, and HFCS, high fructose corn syrup. It's like the relative you don't want in the party, right? So when HFCS come out, everybody scurries away. So it's kind of scary. Though, honestly, if you want my opinion, there's nothing wrong with high fructose corn syrup. Okay, I said it. Now you can throw the rotten tomatoes at me. There's nothing wrong with high fructose corn syrup, okay? But people just don't like the look of it on ingredient labels. I'm just like, what? Doesn't make sense to me. I'll eat it. It makes your cookies chewy. All right. So in my big review session with Keith Fournette from Lallemand, Keith from Lallemand, I can't pronounce the last name, sorry. We will be talking about these solutions. How do we replace dirty ingredient labels? Okay. And please come on, sign up, come on and ask the questions, because Keith has been in this industry for a long time. He is such an expert in bread and dough, and especially pizza products, So I hope you can join us in a very casual roundtable style for that particular big review. All right. So before we end, I would like to also touch on non-ingredient alternatives. These are what you can use for the long term, really, in terms of cleaning up your label. So things you can use are aged flour. Okay, look all these up on Bakerpedia. Aged flour, it's going to help because your flour proteins are mostly oxidized and it makes the entire dough stronger. Okay. Sourdough and sponge and dough techniques contribute to one thing. Can you guess what that one thing is? Yes, fermentation. Fermentation provides dough conditioning to the gluten proteins. We'll talk a lot more about that during the session. But any kind of extra fermentation time you can give the dough is going to help you clean up your label. All right. And cooler doughs. When your dough is hot, and sometimes I see it above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in some of your bakeries. No, people, you're burning off your dough conditioners, making you use more. Cooler doughs equals to lesser dough conditioners. And also, when you replace dirty labeled dough conditioners with enzymatic solutions, the hot doughs do not do justice to the enzymes. Okay, so always target cooler doughs. If you can get a jacketed mixer, go get it. It's worth the investment. And if you can use tempered water, all the better, right? Because tempered water is going to give you a cooler dough to start with, So anything and everything you can do to cool that dough down is going to be beneficial for you in terms of your clean label R&D. Okay. Don't forget, flour is a huge issue. Flour is over 55-60% of your formula. If that flour is standing in the summer heat and it's coming at over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, that's very little you can do in terms of tempered water. Okay, so when you build out new bakeries, when you build out new plants, think about putting the silo under some kind of shelter, okay? So that it doesn't get hit with the direct sunlight. So you will have cooler doughs, okay? So lots to think about, right? It's not just take out the SSL or datum and put an enzyme. All these other issues that maybe you never thought about, okay? So come to the Bakerview class. Let's discuss some enzyme solutions, some non-ingredient solutions, and take a pick at Keith's brains. He's got fabulous knowledge that can really, really help you. Okay, so sign up today. The link is below, and I will see you soon tomorrow again. All right, bye everyone.